Some very big information has just been released by Universal Orlando Resort, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys right now. But what's up, everybody? Hope you all are doing good out there. Hope you all are staying safe. I'm staying safe. I'm over here at Disney Springs right now. Disney Springs opened a couple days ago, and I'm loving being back over here, just walking around. But today, let's talk about Universal Studios, because like I said, we got some huge news regarding what their plans are for reopening. And they are planning on reopening a lot sooner than everybody thought. And I'm gonna actually be telling you everything that you need to know about that opening, about all the procedures that are going to be going on. And this is coming straight from Universal PR. So first, let's talk about what their team members are going to be doing to help prevent the spread of COVID-19. So first, they're going to have self-temperature checks at home, and they're going to have staggered parking for the team members, and they will also have their temperature checked when they arrive to work. If a team member has a temperature of 100.4 degrees or higher, they will not report to work, and they will not be able to return to work for 72 hours. And also, they are encouraging any team members over the age of 65 to not go to work, to stay home. They will undergo some special training to help them understand how they need to interact with the guests. Their break rooms, and while they're on their breaks, are going to need to be social distanced. No one will be allowed to be 6 feet of each other. And their wardrobe procedures will be reinforced. And while they are on time off, while they're not at work, they are encouraged to not be in any groups where social distancing is not being practiced. So now let's talk about how the opening will affect you, the guest who is going to Universal. So it's going to be very similar to how City Walk is operating right now. When you arrive to Universal, you will have a touchless temperature check either at the parking gates or when you arrive to the main entrance. If you are found to have a temperature of 100.4 degrees or higher, you will not be allowed in the theme parks. And when you do park your car, valet will not be available. There's going to be no valet. Valet is closed. And in the parking garages, they're going to have staggered parking. So there's either going to be 1 or 2 spaces in between each car. And all guests are, of course, required to wear a face mask. Team members are required to wear a face mask. Everyone in the park is required to have a face covering. If you do not have a face covering, Universal will provide you with one free one. And there is, of course, going to be multiple spiels throughout the entire park, throughout all of Universal Resort, in many different languages, explaining to people about the procedures, explaining to people that you need to stay 6 feet apart, just remembering how to stay healthy and stay safe. All of the stands where they have the maps, the park maps, those will not be available. Team members will be handing them out individually, but they are going to be pushing for people to use the Universal app where they have maps and everything. The Universal app is way better than just having a regular map, because you can check wait times and stuff like that anyways. So there's going to be distancing and spacing when you are queuing for the turnstile. So when you are scanning your pass to go into Universal, in certain attractions there are lockers because you are not allowed to have any bags or anything with you. And when that does happen, lockers will be spaced out. Team members will direct you to a locker area that you will use, and lockers will be spaced out in between each other so that you're not right next to another person. Okay, let's get into a little bit of dining and merchandise. So face coverings will be for sale. They were selling them at City Walk when I went. They were just plain face masks. I'm sure they'll have some other ones, some branded face masks, probably a lot of Minions, Harry Potter face masks. All of the menus are going to be converted into single-use menus, so basically throwaway menus. All silverware will be one use, so pre-packaged silverware. Same thing with condiments. There will be no buffet and no self-serve option for restaurants. People are going to be encouraged to use mobile ordering, which you could do on that Universal app, in order to reduce the people in line. It's a lot easier to mobile order, and they are also going to be encouraged to use cashless payments like Apple Pay or Samsung Pay. And now let's talk about Volcano Bay, and then we will talk about how they are going to handle the attractions at the 2 theme parks. So at Volcano Bay, according to the CDC, the chlorine and the bromine, which is found in the waters at theme parks, that is known to inactivate the COVID-19 virus. So that is a good thing. And what they're going to do is they're going to be placing the life vests that people use and the rafts, the ride vehicles that people use like for the slides. They will be cleaning those regularly and placing them in the water so that they can soak up that chlorine and bromine. The number of tubes and life vests in the lazy and the action river will be reduced, and on raft slides they are only going to be grouping people who are in that immediate party, so you will not be grouped with another party that you do not know. And of course the lounge chairs will be placed in a fashion so that they comply with the social distancing guidelines. And now let's finally talk about the attractions. How will the attractions be handled for this situation? So all of the interactive play areas will be closed, and for certain attractions that require 3D glasses, those 3D glasses will be handed out individually. For the attractions that require mists or water effects, those will be reduced greatly or eliminated. So like in Transformers or Spider-Man, you'll get misted and sprayed with water at some points. I'm not sure how that'll work for Jurassic Park River Adventure and Dudley Do-Right and the Popeyes Build-Wrap barges. I'm not sure if those will be open because you get very wet on those, and I'm not too sure how that's going to work. Post-show meet and greets will be eliminated. You will not be able to meet characters post-show anymore. There is going to be no parades. No parades are going to run. Individual float interactions will have performers on the floats, but not like a actual parade will be going around. At all the attractions, single rider lines will be eliminated. So no more single rider for the time being. You yourself can still go into attraction as a single rider. You will just not be able to utilize the single rider line. You'll have to go to the regular line. And at the most popular attractions, at the very high traffic attractions, there's going to be virtual queue. I actually made a video about virtual queue a couple weeks ago where I explained what I think is going to happen with the virtual queue, how I thought it was going to be coming to the parks once they reopen, and how I think it's a good idea. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. And of course, while people are on the attraction, while they're on the ride building, they will be spaced out according to social distance guidelines, and while they're in the queue, they will be spaced out as well. They will be staggered to where no one is within 6 feet of each other. And as far as the cleanliness goes, I'm sure that all the Universal team member custodial is going to be doing a great job of wiping down everything. When I was at City Walk, when it opened, the day it opened, they were doing a great job of wiping everything down, make sure everything was clean. And the moment you guys have been waiting for, when is this all going to happen? Well, it's going to be happening very soon. June 1st is when they are planning to have their first day where they're open, testing it to be open. They are going to allow team members into the parks on June 1st and June 2nd to kind of test it out, to get the team members who are working used to everything. Then on June 3rd and June 4th, Universal will be open to a limited availability to some annual pass holders and invited guests. And then on June 5th is when they are planning to open to the general public. But when they do open, they will be at a limited capacity. I'm not sure what the capacity is that they are trying to limit to, but when they do open, it won't be able to be completely packed. So guys, that's actually pretty exciting news. Universal is beginning to open very, very soon. So what they had to do is they had to submit that reopening plan to the Orange County Task Force, and then that had to go to the mayor, which just a couple hours ago, the mayor did approve that. And now what happens is it has to go to the governor. So when the governor of Florida does approve that, then their plan is okay to go. And with the way Florida's been opening, with the way the governor's been opening everything, I have no doubt in my mind that he is going to approve this. And then for you people who are asking about when Disney's going to reopen, well, they're going to be submitting their proposal on May 27th. So when that happens, I'll be covering it for you guys. And so there you guys have it. Hopefully I was able to explain it well, how Universal is going to open up how they're planning to open, when it's gonna open. I'm excited for this. So I'm excited that Disney Springs is open. I'm excited City Walk's open. And I'm excited that the theme parks are going to start to open. It seems like things are slowly getting back to normal. With the mask and everything, it's not very normal, but it's something we got to do to keep each other safe. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, you can message me on Twitter or Instagram at MarcusQYT. And thank you all very much for watching. It's kind of fun to do the impossible, and I'll catch you on the next video.